Let me show you how to varnish a large acrylic painting. Hope you're doing well. And I have a large painting here on my table in front of me that I'm going to be shipping to a client over in New York. He lives overseas, but he wants it shipped to New York while he's in the States. And I want to varnish it before I ship it out to him. It's just a great way to make your painting look better, to even out the sheen. It protects it from UV rays, and it just gives it a more professional appearance. So I'm going to varnish it. I'm going to step over on the other side here, show you how to do it. But first of all, let me go over a couple of supplies that you're going to need. I like to use a large brush like this. This is a 10-inch varnishing brush. It might be used for other things, but it works great for varnishing. It's a Liquitex 10-inch brush. My painting's a 30 by 40 inch, so it's going to cover a lot of ground. And I have just containers. This is an old yogurt container. Works well. And I've got my matte varnish. So this is different than matte medium. It actually dries to a satin finish. I buy this from Nova Color, and they come in gallon jugs. And I just pour them into my quart-size containers and then dip my brush into that. I have a rag here because sometimes you need that to wipe some drips off. And I also have a pipe wrench. You usually are not going to need this, but in this case, the lid is just absolutely stuck to the top here. Must have had a little bit of medium around the rim and I forgot to wipe it off. So I wasn't able to get it with my hand. I'm just going to use this pipe wrench to open up the container. Should be able to get it. All right, is this enough to break the seal on it? now I'm able to get this off. Yeah, that's the problem. It was just glued to the top. So I'm gonna meet you over on the other side here, and we'll start looking at the canvas and how to actually varnish the surface. And one last thing we will need is a stir stick of some sort. I'm just going to stir this matte medium before I pour it out, because what happens over time is the medium can start to separate a little bit, and it's either good to shake it up or stir it. If you have a long enough stir stick here, and you can see me kind of stirring it around, or you can shake it up as well. Better to stir it, but if you can't stir it, then just try to gently shake it. We're just basically trying to get the resin to mix back in with the water, because over time that water can kind of separate from the polymer resin. Just want to make sure that that's all cohesive, so that when we go ahead and apply it, it's not going to cause issues like streakiness and things like that. You can see my painting here. This is of Moses, Aaron, and Hur in the Amalekite battle, 30 by 40 inch. And it's time to varnish it. Probably should have done it a little while ago. But the beauty with acrylic is you can varnish a painting. It can be dry in a few hours, and you can literally ship it out the same day. I think I'll probably ship this out tomorrow. First want to get it varnished here, let it dry, and then work on it later to package it up. So just give that a nice stir. And then we're going to pour that into our container. Okay, we'll just fill that up. Maybe quarter of the way full. That should be enough. If not, I'll just add maybe a little bit more. Let's just wipe up. We had a little drip there. Let's wipe that off. Okay. So before you actually varnish, you do want to wipe off your canvas with that varnishing brush and just get any dust off that might have gotten onto your canvas while it was sitting, or any point while you had it lying on your table. You do want to lie your canvas flat on a table. You don't want to do this vertically because if it drips, it's going to be real problematic. So lie it down flat on a table. And I know it might be hard to get a large table, you know, if you're working out of your home, you don't have a dedicated studio, but if you can utilize a kitchen table for a bit, put down some drop cloth or newspaper, that would be a good idea because it will make a mess. So if you don't have a dedicated studio, put down something to protect your table and surroundings from drips and splatters. For me, it doesn't matter. This is my studio, so I've got paint all over the place. Okay, so now we've got that done. I'm just going to take my brush and just kind of wipe it off here, off camera, and just get the dust off of it. I like to ask a blessing that it all goes well because this is, you know, very important to do this correctly. Otherwise, if you have streakiness, it can really potentially damage the painting. Some people do a isolation coat. I never have. I just treat this as another layer of acrylic. And the reason is because with the matte varnish on top, if you have any issues where there be problems with scuffs or anything happens to the painting over time, you can always paint on top of it and restore it. And either I or some other artist could restore this painting if it got damaged. And it's just like painting on top of acrylic because all this is just acrylic, clear acrylic without the pigment. So I don't use an isolation coat. I just varnish right on top. And what we're going to do is start from the area farthest away from us and work our way in. And that way we don't have any drips or anything. Let's go ahead and make sure we have plenty of room. I'm just going to move that off and okay. So what we want to do is just ask a blessing here. Father, I ask you bless this process. Help me to be able to varnish this well. Pray for any students watching, they be able to varnish their paintings well. I pray it would be applied without streakiness or cloudiness, and it would make the painting look good. In Jesus' name, amen. And this will dry to a satin sheen. You can get gloss varnishes too if you want something glossier, but I'm going to go with this satin. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip my brush in. You actually have to squeeze this container to fit the bristles in. Get a nice even coat on both sides. And I start about 1/3 of the way from the end and I brush over. And we're going to bring that down as far as we can. Now we'll reload. This is a lot. And then we'll go ahead and brush all the way to the edge. And then we'll brush it one more time. Maybe just once more to smooth it out. Okay, now we'll repeat the process. Overlap the strokes slightly. Bring it in as far as it can go, maybe about halfway. Reload. Now you don't always have to reload, but with a large painting like this, you usually will have to. And then we'll wipe off the rim, wipe off the excess paint on the rim. Don't want to overbrush it. That's the real secret with this. Don't overbrush. Just maybe one more time here to smooth that out. Okay. Now, again, okay, dip back in, go over the stroke, lift up a little bit at the end, wipe off the bristles, smooth it out. One long stroke to smooth it out. Flip it over, brush that again. Okay, keep going. All the way to the end, bring it about halfway. Reload. Lift up at the end. Wipe off the paint on the rim. Brush just a couple of times. We don't want to overdo it. We're about halfway. Dip again. Okay. Wipe off. Smooth it out. Smooth it out. Okay, let's go ahead and just keep going here. Dip. Wipe off. Smooth out. Smooth that out one more time. Almost there. Let's wipe that back. Over the lighter areas of the canvas, there's less risk of streaks. You're going to really see streaks in the dark areas of your painting, so really be careful on those spots. You want to get an even application and not overbrush it. That's the secret. But you'll see the dust and things like that over the lighter areas, so you have to be careful of that too. Okay, I'm just going to get the edge. Okay, now I'm just going to wipe off any excess varnish that dripped on the side, just like this, very carefully, without rolling it up onto the top of the painting. That's the important thing, so that would mess it up, so be very careful when you do this. If you roll it up over on top, you're going to ruin your varnish and you can't rebrush it. Once it starts to set up, you definitely don't want to rebrush it. Like I said, it's so important to keep that wet edge. You can get away with mistakes during your painting process, but with this, you got to keep that wet edge and keep it going and not overbrush it. You notice that I only went over once or twice once I applied it to smooth it out. That's it. Because this will get cloudy if you overbrush it. And it says so on the directions on your packaging. And that's for pretty much any brand. It's going to be that way. But you can, again, like I say, wipe off a little bit on the edges that drip down using your brush. Usually you'll have it on the side where you start. And then we're just going to let this dry. Just using my finger to wipe it. You can also use your rag as well to wipe off any excess if you're very careful. Now, as you look at your canvas, it is normal to see some cloudiness, some streakiness. So don't freak out. Don't be worried if you see some white milky streaks. The varnish is milky when it's wet, but it dries crystal clear if you apply it properly and don't overbrush it. So just let it do its thing. Don't go back and brush anything or it's going to get ruined. Let it dry. Even if you see some areas that look a little thick or a little streaky, just let it dry. Usually it dries very evenly, very smoothly, and it's going to look a lot better after you're done than it does while it's in process. So I just want you to be aware of that. And I would say give it maybe about a couple of hours to dry completely, especially on a larger painting. It should be pretty dry to the touch in about an hour. In 2 hours, it should be very dry to the touch. And within about 4 hours, in most cases, if your temperature is warm enough and it's dry enough, it's actually safe to transport it, as long as the sides don't have huge amounts of medium. If you have drips on the side, they can take a lot longer to dry. And certainly after 1 day, it'll be completely dry and completely safe to transport. But I've had many paintings where I varnished it, smaller paintings, and then shipped it less than an hour later, so it just dried that quickly. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you, and If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and check out realisticacrylic.com, my website for teaching, where I have several tips, tutorials, and free classes you can take that you can then use to increase your skill in acrylic portrait painting. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this today. God bless. Talk to you soon, and we'll see you in the next video.